In our next section, we are going to look at cash flow and budget for exotic breeds, and in particular, we're going to look at dairy goat farming. Let's look at some of the startup costs that a startup farmer can incur. And we are going to start with the two mature does, and the price of a single doe costs around $250, and because we are purchasing two, that approximately to $500, and this amount can be lower depending on the breed and also the market price of a given area. Looking at the cost of building a goat shed, the approximated amount is around $150, but this cost can be lower if the farmer utilizes the locally available materials, for example, the rafters, the iron sheets, which are available. This cost can be even lower. Let's look at our revenue estimates, and we have broken down into various sections, and we are going first of all to look at the cost of milk, and a liter goes for $2, but this value can vary from place to place. The other one, we are going to look at the selling of a male goat cost. It goes for $150. Then for the expense estimates, it goes for $1.5 per day per mature goat. And for these expenses, they include the feed, the water, vaccinations and also medication, the vet bills, and miscellaneous. During our calculations, we have done a few assumptions, and the first assumption we have done is that every goat or every doe produces 2 liters on average for the 10 months, which is the lactation period, and this particular 2 liters depends on the ups and downs during the lactation period. So in total, every goat should produce 600 liters in that particular year. Another assumption we have made is that 50% of the kids are female, meaning the other 50% are male. The other assumption we have made is that every doe gives birth once in a year, 2 kids. And the mortality rate is 10%, which will be calculated later as the population of the kids increases. Now, by starting the first year, starting with the 2 goats, the number increases because we said that 50% of the kids are female. So the number will increase. For example, if the first year we started with the two does, the second year it will be 4. And if you look at 50% of this, the 4, the number you see it will keep on increasing up to the 5th year when we have 28 female goats. Of course, they are mature does. Considering the mortality rate, which is 10%, from the 3rd year, we have 1 kid which dies, and the 4th year we have 2, and the 5th year we have 4 died. The number of kids for sale, all these are the males which we are going to sell, and we have, for the first year we have 2 to sell, the males. The second year we have 4, 3rd year we have 3, and 4th year we have 14, 5th year we have 28 male kids to sell. The milking revenue, we said that the production per year is 600 liters. So to get the milking revenue, we multiply the number of female plus the revenue per year, which is 600, and we get $2,400. The second year, the number increases to 4,800, and that increases up to the 5th year when we have $33,600. That is for milk production. After the sale of the kids, we have for the first year selling the 2 at $150, we have $300 US dollars. And for the second year, because we have 4 kids to sell, if you multiply that one by 150 US dollars, we get 600 US dollars. And that amount increases up to the 5th year when we have 28 kids to sell, and that amounts to 4,200 US dollars. That's for the sales of the kids. The total revenue, we get the milk revenue, we add the kid revenue, and that one becomes to 2,700. And up to the 5th year, when we have 33,600 US dollars, you add 4,200 US dollars, we get that 7,800 US dollars as the total revenue in the 5th year. To get our daily expenses, we are from the previous segment, we said the expense per goat is 1.5 US dollars. That one you multiply by 365, then you multiply by the number of goats, and you get this particular value. And this number increases up to the 5th year when you have the number of goats to be 28. Then you multiply by 1.5, the expense per day multiplied by 365 days. We have also catered for the other expenses, for example, the labor, the artificial insemination, and the other farm improvements. And that one we have put 10% of the revenue, which is 10% of the total revenue, and that becomes 270, and 10% of 5,400 US dollars, that is 450, and that particular expense goes up to the 5th year when we have 10% of that 7,800 US dollars, and that becomes to that 780 US dollars. Now, the total expenses is the daily expenses you add to the 10% revenue, and that becomes 1095 US dollars. You add 270 US dollars, and that becomes to 1365 US dollars. And from the first year, you add up to the 5th year, and the 5th year we have that 780. You add 15,330 US dollars, and that becomes to 19,110 US dollars. To get our profit, we subtract our total expenses from the total revenue, and from the first year, you can see that we have 1,335 US dollars, and this shows that we have already broken even from the first year, meaning this is a good venture if things are done right, all the management practices are done on the right way. So it means one is able to break even from the first year. From our cash flow, as you can see, it's possible for a farmer to make profit if he can do his own cash flow based on the research and doing the right thing in management. It means that it is possible for him to make this amount or even more, depending on the flock he has started and also the management he is putting in his farm. This is an example of a cash flow statement. It is important to make your own. Thank you for joining us in this goat farming class. We wish you the very best as you continue following what we have already taught you from management and also the breeding of goat farming. May you continue doing the right thing, and we wish you the best of luck.